Okay, so this will be a short video on the first impressions of riding the KQi Air, and well, maybe a sort of a mini review. As you can see, it's freezing cold outside, so I don't plan to be out here very long. So let's get on the scooter and ride towards the village of Berg. Okay, so the first difference you will notice is the different throttle. The new KQi Air has the half twist throttle. I'm still getting used to it, but it's not a huge difference compared to the thumb throttle. And one moment, a car is going to overtake us. I think I'm still a bit more comfortable with using the thumb throttle, but it hasn't been a problem. Then down here you have the indicator lights. The electronic horn. And I plan to put on a normal bicycle bell, because what I've discovered is that not all pedestrians and cyclists react to the electronic horn, since they are used to the sound of a traditional bicycle bell. Another aspect that I really like about the scooter, since it's lightweight, it's very nimble and easy to handle. The scooter handles really well. Neil has done a great job on designing the scooter. It can do sharp turns and carving without any problems. It's stable to ride. I mean, it's just a really well designed scooter. So very impressed with the overall design of the scooter, how it handles, how it can make sharp turns, and the overall stability of it. You barely feel the scooter underneath you when you are sort of turning and maneuvering it around. And it rides really nicely. And also what I have noticed is that the motor sound is a lot quieter compared to the KQi2. You can barely hear the motor running even when you are accelerating, so let's slow down. Also, the front disc brake is really good. I have no problem braking. So let's try to accelerate to 25 and then brake. And that was not like full on brake, I just slowly pushed it down. So at slow speeds it's really stable. You can see that even with one finger you can control the scooter. So the stability is really good. There is no way I would be able to do this on some of the other scooters that I have tried. And the bigger deck size also helps with the stability, because you can position your legs a bit better to balance it, especially if you are, for example, used to skateboard riding. So you can see now, I wouldn't try this at higher speeds, and even if at these speeds it's a bit scary to ride without hands on an electric scooter, so definitely don't try this. But it's a great example of how stable the KQi Air is. Because of the low weight, you can very easily balance it as you would an electric skateboard or a unicycle. So that is impressive. Okay, so let's stop messing around, and you can see the big hill in front of us. So we will go and see how it handles going up some of the inclines there. Now, interestingly, the scooter still has cruise control, even though it's the European model, so the European model should not have cruise control. I'm guessing with the firmware update the cruise control will be removed because it's not available in the application on your phone, so you can't toggle it on and off. Now we have entered the village of Berg and we are going up a hill here, and the scooter has no problem maintaining the speed, even with my 95 kilogram weight. And apart from the great stability of the scooter, I really like the big deck size because it makes it really comfortable to stand on the scooter. The front light used on the scooter is the iconic halo light from NIU, and I haven't tested it a lot during night, but the little riding I did in dark, it was sufficient to light your road. The only slight downside on this scooter with the light is that well, I will put a clip in here to show you, but the light reflects off this front plate, and depending on your stance on the scooter it can shine directly into your face. So that's one aspect that I will look into further. Front light seems to be set way too high and it's reflecting off the front plate and blinding me. I need to turn off the halo part of the light and then try to set it a bit lower, because as you can see it's intersecting with this, and then it shines on the back side of this and you can see that it's blinding the rider. Now you can actually see the difference. See how it's completely illuminating me and the front when I turn the halo light off. Now I have just the front light, that's enough. As for the indicator lights, they are very bright even in sunny conditions, but the one downside that I found out during my limited testing is that depending on how you stand on the scooter, how you are holding the handlebars, and also depending a lot on what sort of clothing you are wearing. So now in the winter, if you have a baggy jacket, then it might be difficult to see the indicator lights from behind you. So that is one aspect that I wish NIU had put some indicator lights on the backlight as well, so that if you are covering the ends of the handlebars, the people behind you can still see your indicator lights. Okay, we are still continuing up a hill here, and soon we will arrive to a bigger hill, and I will test out how the scooter goes up that hill. KQi2 was not able to make it up that hill without me having to help it a bit, so it will be interesting to see how the KQi Air makes it up. Otherwise, as for ride comfort, the scooter is just as comfortable to ride as, for example, the KQi2 or the 9-Bod Max, maybe even a bit more comfortable. The bumps are not as noticeable on it, but just as any other commuter scooter without the full suspension, if your roads are completely broken and or you want to take it off-road, it's not really a scooter for those sort of conditions. This is mostly for riding in the city and on bike paths that are in decent shape. But as you will see in a moment here, we will be crossing a drainage ditch, and even there the scooter can handle it, but it won't be as comfortable as a full suspension scooter. Let's slow down a bit. So it makes it even over some rough terrain. But the biggest advantage of this scooter is the incredibly lightweight, and if you put on a suspension, then that would kind of defeat the purpose of the lightweight scooter, in my opinion. Okay, so here we are before this hill. So it's probably not as noticeable on the camera standing down here, but it's quite a steep incline. So let's see how the scooter does it, and also keep in mind it's freezing cold, so that might also affect the power of the scooter. So let's go. So far no problems getting up the hill. It's maintaining 18 kilometers per hour. Now we are getting into the steepest part. But it's still going strong, which is quite impressive for a small scooter like this, and it only has a 350 watt motor with a peak power of 700 watts, but it makes easy work of this hill. So I'm fairly impressed by that. And now we are on the top. So no problem with getting up even decent hills on the scooter. And as I mentioned, I am 95 kilograms, so I'm by no means light, and it took me up the hill without any issues. Going back down the hill, the brake on the scooter is very strong. It uses the single disc brake in the front as well as the electronic brake to help it out, but it has no problem braking. Even for really fast speeds, it brakes without any issues. Riding on the scooter in this snowy weather, in slightly wet conditions, so far the scooter is handling it well. The fenders are working well. There is no water making it up on me. As you can see, the deck is a bit messy, but the fenders work well, and my pants are clean. So no problems so far riding in wet weather, or well, snowy weather, and the scooter still handles very well even in wet conditions. There is no slipping or sliding. Okay, so I think that was it for this short first ride impressions on the scooter. And it's really starting to snow, so I will be heading back. But if you have any questions on the scooter or how it rides, then let me know in the comments and I will try to answer your questions. And I will also plan to do further follow-up videos. I will also show you how to set up the new mobile app and how it works and all the functions to get with the scooter. And for those that are interested, I will also do some range tests also, but in this freezing weather it's gotta be skewed a lot because the cold affects the battery, so I will see how that goes. And I also plan to do some brake testing to see how long it takes to brake, and also going up some of the standard hills that I went up during my KQi2 testing, so it's a direct comparison to that scooter. Okay, so that is it for this mini first impressions review of the KQi Air. And if you liked the video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.